Good morning, everyone. What is the fastest way to overcome self sabotage? Quick live today that I want to share with you because this is a topic that's been continuously coming up in this group and also during my one-to-one coaching calls. And I think it's a topic that is so important, especially for entrepreneurs who are looking to grow their businesses, coach themselves through their own resistance, and then help their clients move through their own resistance as well. Super powerful and absolute key number one if you're willing to, to scale your business, your coaching, healing, your therapeutic business to another level. Why does self-sabotage happen in the first place? It's actually very simple. The reason why it happens is because our mind, for centuries, has been programmed to keep us safe. Safety and certainty are the two foundational needs that our brain will want to ensure that we always feel that way. And all the behaviors that are coming up for you right now, so whether that's being afraid of being seen and being visible, showing up online with your business, whether that's posting regularly, whether that is reaching out to a potential new client, with fundraising, whether it is recording something, recording a course, etc., believing in yourself, believing in the power of your business, right? Those are literally just coping strategies that your mind keeps projecting because it wants to keep you safe. Because up until now, it has seen all of those as unsafe and dangerous. Okay, so I keep talking about this all the time. One thing, the mind will have a goal of earning a certain income a month. The mind will have an idea of, taking a business to another level. But it's the body, it's the subconscious mind that sees that next level, that growth, that expansion, that reaching out, that being visible, being seen as potentially dangerous. So what it will do all it takes to get your attention, distract you from what you actually need to do, so that you get busy with the thing that you shouldn't be doing, that you shouldn't be doing, that it's not going to give you results, and instead of what you actually should be doing. And here's the thing, especially if you're a coach, healer, a therapist, the level of success in your own business depends on the level of consciously being aware of why these patterns are showing up in your life. Because if you yourself do not know how to work through that own inner resistance, it's going to be very challenging, very tricky for you to help your clients do that. And I think the reason why I've seen the growth in my own business happening, quite gradually and really nicely, so that, I was able to leave my full-time employment, say hello if you're watching live, was to really start constantly asking myself why the situations that appear in my life that really annoy me, that really, I know that I shouldn't be doing them, but somehow I keep on doing. Hi, Dominica. That I keep on doing them. I had a desire to constantly ask myself, why these things keep on showing up. And a really powerful question, if there are patterns in your life, especially those self-sabotaging patterns that you are aware of, that keep showing up all the time, whether that's relationship, whether that's business, whether that's diet, whether that's something else, start asking yourself, why are they showing up? What is it that this situation is trying to show me? Can I approach the situation with love and curiosity? Hi, Viola. Can I approach the situation with love and curiosity rather than what most people are doing? They're going, shit, I'm procrastinating again. I know I should be posting. I know I should be reaching out to my, to potential clients. I know I should be doing a Facebook Live, but I'm not. I'm shit. I'm that. That's not the way how to approach things. The only way to really approach things that are going to give you a lot more clarity and understanding why these patterns are here is with a lot of love, curiosity, compassion, and empathy for yourself. And There's a really powerful quote from Carl Jung. He says, the only way for us to really be able to move forward in our life and change the life from just being a faith into actually a destiny and what's it called, personal reality that you consciously create, is to make as many of your unconscious patterns conscious. What that means, it's uprooting them from your subconscious to your conscious mind. And most people believe that it's through changing your limiting beliefs. That's one of the way. I do that in my own business, and it's a very, very powerful way. Your body is actually your subconscious mind. Subconscious mind's not this, not this weird thing that it's somewhere in here that regulates everything. It's actually your body. It's your nervous system. It's how, let's call it a brain, your mind sees situations. And like I said at the beginning of this video, safety and certainty are the two most foundational needs that our brain will always ensure that they are ticked in whatever you do. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. So if you've got two goals, right? You've got one goal, and you know that I often ask this question to my clients. What's the one thing? You've got the whole to-do list, but there's a goal right in front of you. What's the one thing that you know that if you do is going to bring you closer to that goal? What's the one thing? It doesn't have to be a long to-do list. What's the one thing that's going to bring you closer to the realization of that goal? And when they come up with the thing, well, let's do that thing, right? What most often happens is that then the mind goes, oh, you know what? I don't feel good. Nah, this doesn't feel really good. I'm busy. I've got all of these things that I need to do. And what do we come up with? We come up with excuses. We come up with, all the list of the things why I shouldn't be doing and why this is really important. And the funniest thing is that we'll always come up with these crazy excuses that to the logical mind don't make any sense, but we will put so much energy and we'll often argue. Like creating arguments with partners, friends, family is the most common one. That's the most common distraction. Saying to ourselves that we're really, really busy. Are we really busy? Or are we actually just creating these distractions to really distract ourselves from the goal number one and doing the thing that we know that we need to do? Right? So just out of curiosity, whilst you're watching this video, is like, ask yourself, what have been recently 1 to 3 most common things that have been coming up in your life that you've noticed, you've seen coming up for you, that perhaps just haven't really allowed you to move forward to that next step, whether that's bringing an income that you desire, whether that's showing up on life and really sharing the business that you truly are passionate about and that can help people, whether it is creating a course, whether it is reaching to potential clients. I'm really curious to hear what are the same things that you've noticed that are keep coming up, that are in the way. Share them in the comment if you feel so. And how our mind will then direct our behavior. So again, I'm bringing you to the goal. So let's use the goal of being seen more, being visible, sharing your business. Your mind will see it in that way. Okay, here's a familiar way that I've learned over the years, I've experienced, I know how to deal with it. And here's an unfamiliar potential route that this can happen. So, if I all of a sudden decide to be more seen, be more visible online, then I am inviting a risk of being criticized, being rejected, being bullied, being, what's the word? Like prosecuted online for speaking your truth. Oh, this is risky. Do you know what? No, I think I'm just going to revert back to the old way of just posting, randomly. And the only reason why the mind will always kind of go, oh, this doesn't feel safe, it's because it's actually never experienced it in a way that could potentially feel safe and comfortable. Because the only way that it bases its projection, it's from the past, right? And unless, again, you bring the past to the conscious without needing to talk about it, without needing to relieve the whole drama, without needing just to go into the whole story, but you just bring the emotion up to the surface by triggering the memory through your subconscious mind, through certain meridian points that are particularly connected to that issue, you go uproot it, you release the emotional charge about it. For your brain, you essentially move to another level of seeing that same potential outcome, but in a completely different way. There's no more fear in the body. There is no more insecurity. There is no more anxiety present in the body. There is no more, the worst thing ever is going to happen. None of that as an energy, because emotions are nothing but energy in motion. You release that. You learn how to release that through your breath, through connection with your meridian points, through being really consciously aware of what's happening here, instead of continuously avoiding those emotions. Do you get me? Do you get the point? I had a conversation with my one-on-one client yesterday, and she said, is healing really that easily? Is overcoming self-sabotage really that easy? Am I making this whole journey so complicated? And I said, it's not you that are making the journey complicated. It's your mind that's making the whole journey complicated, because it just wants to keep you safe and certain. And growth does not happen from certainty and safety. Growth happens when the only way to move through fear and doubt and anxiety is through it, right? Is to actually see the emotion just as an energy, without giving it a meaning, without giving it a whole weight and saying like, this is me, this is my identity. If you keep doing that, if you keep allowing the stories that, you know what, I'm my body's not in a perfect way for me to feel safe and be visible, that's an excuse, right? You're using the weight, the way that your body looks, the way that your skin looks as an excuse. Your brain is using that story. You know, if you keep telling yourself, do you know what, I'm actually not in a financial position to do anything. Again, that's just using that as a safety, because if I make that move and it doesn't work out, that's the brain story. If I make that move and it doesn't work out, shit, I'm going to go back to even worse situation. But what if we could actually teach your body, and this is where the self-coaching, achieving the mastery of self-coaching and continuously being able to ask yourself these questions and have the tools that you make yourself conscious, like, oh, this pattern is showing up. This is interesting. Let me go into my own body. Let me see where this is coming from. Because the symptoms that are showing up here are just repetition of what's happened in the past. And unless you change that consciously, you are going to keep on creating the same thing over and over and over again. I had a chat with my one-to-one client yesterday who completed her homework, and she realized I think she ended up having 8 or 9 relationships, so let's say in total. And guess what? With that same issue coming up in every single relationship. Same issue. To the point where she finally kind of, obviously through her work together, she's like, oh, I finally get it. I finally get it. I understand why this has been created. And those similar issues, whether that's lack of clients, whether that's not being visible online and being seen, whether that's just not sharing, lack of income coming in, those are just symptoms. Those are just symptoms that are trying to keep you safe. In order to shift them, you need to go into the body. You need to start mastering that self-coaching ability to find the answers within. And one of the most powerful, fastest ways that I've discovered that helps me on a daily basis so immensely is the silent counseling, is the ability to honestly counsel myself, counsel my own body. Ask my body, develop that inner trust, that inner connection with my own body, and understand why, and continuously keep on asking myself these questions, like, why is this showing up? Okay, body, where do I need to, where are the answers in my body? Where are you going to give me clues so I can connect the dots together? The body will tell me exactly. I go, I connect, and I get flashbacks, and I trust. I get information. I'm like, you get that aha moment. You get that sense of, I get that now. The reason why I've not been really, feeling safe, being seen and visible is because, back in the days, I was bullied and I was often told this and this and this and this. So I am going to keep that memory up until now, obviously, as, okay, this is my safety. So just so that I don't get exposed to that again, I better stay here. I better not expose myself. You can change that. You can absolutely change that. Let me just see the comment from Viola. I'm sabotaging myself, but panic attacks, depression, and changing everything around. That is a very, very common strategy, Viola, to self-sabotage. Viola, I'm not 100% sure. Please let me know. Have you had a chance to, because I know obviously you've been following Anna Kidney, and I know she did mention silent counseling through her own word a few times, but have you actually had a chance to explore what silent counseling is and how it can really help you move through that self-sabotage of constantly creating panic attacks, depression, and changing everything around? Because that can be shifted so fast, like it's beyond real how fast you'll be able to move through panic attacks. This is just basically a safety mechanism that your brain and your body has essentially created for so long that it's now become addicted to the feeling that the panic attack, that the depression and changing everything around gives you. The body becomes addicted to our emotions. So unless we change those emotions into elevated ones and we know how to deal with these emotions, because hey, some of these emotions will keep on coming up in your life from time to time. So it's not about, to me, let's say emotional mastery is not about saying, I'm going to get rid of fear forever. Fear is needed in our life. Fear often keeps us safe from the fight or flight mode, right? Like we need to be aware of the danger, but it's that irrational fear that you're able to let go and release. It's the ability to notice, do you know what, today I'm feeling this, and come at it without any judgment, but with love and compassion instead, because that's the quickest way to work through your own sabotage, through your own blocks, and bring yourself back to the place where you know how to deal with that situation. And you master the ability to say, do you know what? I'm noticing there is a little bit of fear. Let me bring myself back into alignment. Let me bring myself back into polarity, so that my energy flows with so much ease and joy that actually doing this thing excites the shit out of me. And I know that when I do that, something amazing is going to happen. That's the energy that you want to be approaching things, right? That's the thing that is really going to change your life, change your health, change your business, change your relationships. So, as a quick recap, self-sabotage is nothing but just a behavior of your mind trying to keep you safe. It essentially it creates a feeling that prevents you from doing something that it doesn't want you to experience feeling, right? So if in the past this situation created panic attacks, depression, anxiety, fear, frustration, anger, etc., your mind will do everything to prevent you from doing that. But remember one thing, you have control over how you think and feel. We've been made to believe that our mind controls everything. That's not true. You have an absolute number one control of how you think and feel. How you think is very closely connected to how you feel. When you change how you feel, you change how you think, how you act, how you behave, and the results that you get in life. So, if you do want to change how you feel and move from anxiety, panic attacks, depression, changing things around, not having clients, not being able to move in your business, constantly self-sabotaging yourself, this is really a last minute call for this weekend's Saturday and Sunday 30th and 31st of July silent counseling training this month, okay? There isn't one until the end of next month. So if you are free and you want to join the silent counseling training this month, I highly invite you to join us. It's going to be just the most amazing transformational weekend for you. Each time I run it, it literally just like elevates me to another level, gives me another insight, and I just love seeing people moving through these self-sabotaging blocks so fast, changing their life so fast. Actually, yesterday I had just the most wonderful message from one of my old students, now practitioners, who thanks to silent counseling actually discovered and changed her own business niche, because she was actually able to help an 8-month-old baby fall asleep who's been struggling to fall asleep for months. And another one, I'm literally just seeing her live on Facebook every single day. And this was a woman who probably 3 to 4 months before wouldn't even show up live on Zoom. She would have the camera switched off. She wouldn't feel comfortable at all being live, and she's there popping up on in her stories every single day, and I just feel so happy for her, because through that I was able to help her unlock this courage that she had within. She just forgot it. Remember, everything that we need is already within us. We've just forgotten about them, and we've allowed our mind to control us. So if you're ready, and thanks Dominica for sharing how amazing the silent counseling training is. I know obviously you did it, how much it's helped you. But yeah, if you feel called to do that and join us this weekend, just send me a message and I'll send you the link to register. I hope you found this live really, really helpful. Tomorrow, I'm going to be jumping on about procrastination, and tomorrow's Wednesday. And on Thursday, I'm going to be jumping on around imposter syndrome. But guess what? They're all very much connected. There's just a slightly different angle of it. But the most important thing is there is something that can help you to move through this with ease and grace and super duper fast. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.